So our team didn't really hesitate because it's good for customers.
The automotive world is buzzing, and for a good reason. Ford's CEO just dropped a massive bombshell. Ford is planning to shut down all of its dealerships nationwide. This bold and surprising move has left many wondering why one of America's most established car brands would abandon its network of local dealerships, the very backbone of its business model for more than a century. For customers, communities, and employees across the country, this decision has raised countless questions. First, there's the immediate impact on thousands of dealership employees. With closures of this magnitude, countless sales teams, service technicians, administrative staff, and managers will face sudden job loss. These individuals have been more than just employees. They've been Ford's link to the community, guiding families through generations of car purchases and forming strong local connections. What happens to them now? And then there are the customers. How will Ford customers get their cars serviced or access support without nearby repair shops? Will they still receive the trusted, hands-on assistance they're used to? Or is this just the beginning of a much colder, online-only relationship? If dealerships vanish, where does that leave the customer experience that Ford has carefully built over the years? And perhaps most importantly, why would Ford choose such a dramatic path? Changing consumer behavior. For over a century, Ford's dealerships have been more than just car lots. They've been community staples. Think about it. Dealerships aren't just places to buy cars. They're where car owners go for service, for trade-ins, and for the expertise of a trusted team. They've offered a human connection to Ford, creating a place where families and Ford enthusiasts feel like they belong. Many dealerships even host community events, from car shows to charity fundraisers, further embedding themselves as part of local culture. This face-to-face model has been Ford's way of not just selling cars, but also establishing trust and building a loyal customer base. But as they say, times are changing. Nowadays, many consumers would rather browse car options online from the comfort of their couch than stroll around a dealership lot. The days of wandering through a dealership, kicking tires, and negotiating with salespeople are starting to feel like a thing of the past. Many buyers today, especially younger generations, would prefer to scroll through digital showrooms, take virtual test drives, and explore financing options with a click rather than a conversation. So what's behind this shift? For one, convenience. Modern consumers want efficiency. They're used to shopping online for everything from clothes to groceries. So it's no surprise that the expectation of convenience has extended to major purchases like cars. A fully online experience means they can research and purchase a car at their own pace, without the pressure of sales tactics. It's a stark contrast to the traditional dealership experience, which many now find inconvenient or even uncomfortable. Then there's transparency. Negotiating prices has always been a major pain point in car buying. For many, the thought of haggling over prices at a dealership is enough to cause anxiety. Today's customers crave straightforward, transparent pricing, a non-negotiable price they can rely on without fear of hidden fees or surprise costs. They want to know exactly what they're paying right from the start, with no need to argue or second guess. Finally, technology has transformed the car buying experience in ways that dealerships struggle to keep up with. Digital marketing and social media allow car brands to connect directly with customers, offering personalized recommendations, virtual tours, and a more immersive experience than any dealership visit could. This shift has redefined customer expectations, especially for younger, tech-savvy generations who demand flexibility and customization. As more and more car brands lean into these trends, it's becoming clear that a traditional dealership model may no longer be enough. Ford's financial challenges and EV setback. Ford's financial struggles have been well documented. While the company remains one of the biggest names in the industry, its performance in recent years has faced more than a few bumps in the road. Let's start with the numbers. In the second quarter of the year 2024, Ford's wholesale volumes crept up by a modest 3%. That increase is far from the growth expected from a company of Ford's size and stature. And while revenue climbed 7% to hit just over $26 billion, it's a sign that Ford's current approach may not be sustainable. Then there's the elephant in the room: electric vehicles, or EVs. The world may be moving towards greener, more sustainable modes of transport, but Ford's shift into the EV market hasn't been the smooth ride it had hoped for. In fact, Ford's EV division, known as Model E, reported a jaw-dropping $1.1 billion operating loss in the same quarter. And according to industry estimates, Ford is losing approximately $36,000 on each electric vehicle sold. Let that sink in. A $36,000 loss per car. This reality has posed serious questions about whether Ford's EV strategy can hold up in the current market. But why such losses? The push into EVs has required heavy investments in battery technology, manufacturing facilities, and infrastructure. But these advancements come at a high cost. Ford's pricing strategy hasn't always aligned with consumer expectations either. While more than half of potential Ford buyers are willing to pay a premium for eco-friendly options, many view Ford's EV lineup as being on the pricier side, especially compared to competitors like Tesla and Chevrolet. Ford's electric vehicles are often seen as costlier, and with options like the Chevy Bolt starting at a more budget-friendly $26,500, Ford is under pressure to adjust its pricing to remain competitive. Ford's financial issues don't stop at electric vehicles. Over the past year, the company has also faced mounting expenses related to quality control. Recalls have been a consistent thorn in Ford's side, with over 20 major recalls in 2023 alone, affecting hundreds of thousands of vehicles. These recalls not only impact consumer confidence, but also drain Ford's financial resources, as each recall requires costly repairs and replacement parts. So, while Ford continues to make strides in electric technology, its financial losses and quality concerns suggest a rocky road ahead. With dealership closures looming, one can't help but wonder if Ford's current strategy will help or hinder its financial turnaround. Shifting market dynamics. As Ford rethinks its approach to selling cars, it's doing so against a backdrop of changing market dynamics. The traditional dealership model, as we've seen, has served Ford well for decades, but the automotive world is transforming fast, driven by technology, evolving customer expectations, and competition from companies with fully online sales models. To stay competitive, Ford is now looking to adopt a direct-to-consumer (DTC) approach, similar to brands like Tesla, which allows customers to configure, purchase, and even have their car delivered, all without stepping foot in a dealership. Ford's DTC strategy is bold, but it's not entirely unexpected. Online sales models have seen a rapid rise in recent years, and Ford's decision to join this trend is a reflection of today's digital-first world. People are increasingly accustomed to shopping for big-ticket items online, from houses to vacations to luxury fashion. Why should cars be any different? The goal is to create a buying experience that's as convenient, transparent, and user-friendly as any other online purchase. The shift to a DTC model means Ford is investing heavily in its online platform, transforming it into a virtual showroom that brings the entire Ford lineup to a user's screen. Imagine being able to browse models, customize features, explore payment options, and even schedule a test drive, all from your phone or computer. Ford is working on a comprehensive upgrade of its website and mobile app, making it a one-stop shop for the entire car buying journey. And let's talk about transparency, one of the biggest changes coming with Ford's online approach. Traditionally, car buying has been associated with a level of negotiation that can leave buyers feeling uncertain. Ford's DTC model is designed to change that perception, offering customers a no-haggle price right from the start. In this setup, customers will see exactly what they're paying, with no hidden fees or unexpected add-ons. It's about creating trust and a sense of control in the buying experience so that every customer feels informed and in charge. The role of dealerships in Ford's EV transition. So where do dealerships fit into all of this? Despite the headlines about shutting down dealerships, Ford isn't entirely turning its back on these long-standing establishments. Rather, the company is reimagining their role, especially as it pivots toward electric vehicles. The EV market poses unique challenges for dealerships, challenges that traditional models weren't necessarily built to handle. Ford is aware of this and is taking steps to help dealerships evolve to support its EV ambitions. Electric vehicles are a different breed compared to gas-powered cars, and they require a distinct approach to sales, education, and service. For example, EVs have fewer moving parts, meaning less regular maintenance, but they also require specialized knowledge when it comes to charging, battery management, and other unique components. Ford is investing in EV training for dealership staff, ensuring that sales teams and technicians are well prepared to educate customers about EV ownership and provide quality service for these new vehicles. Dealerships will also play a crucial role in after-sales support. While online sales might be the future for purchasing a car, service and maintenance are still essential for long-term ownership, especially for customers who may be new to EVs and have concerns about battery longevity, charging, or software updates. Ford wants dealerships to evolve into service centers, places where EV owners can rely on a knowledgeable team for their car's long-term care. Ford is also offering financial incentives to dealerships that invest in the infrastructure needed to support EVs. These investments are no small commitment. Charging stations, for instance, require substantial space, power access, and technical expertise. With Ford's support, these dealerships will act as essential hubs for servicing, repairing, and advising on EVs, creating a hybrid model where Ford maintains an online-first sales approach while preserving essential in-person services. The economic and social impact of dealership closures. The ripple effects of Ford's dealership closures will extend far beyond the dealerships themselves, impacting local economies, employees, and communities. Dealerships, particularly in smaller towns and suburban areas, often serve as economic lifelines, providing stable employment and contributing to the local tax base. When these dealerships close, the loss of jobs can send shockwaves through the local economy, affecting not only the dealership employees, but also local businesses that rely on dealership traffic. Consider the staff who've worked at these dealerships for years, many of whom have built strong relationships with their customers. From the friendly salesperson who remembers your last purchase to the mechanic who knows your car's quirks, these employees have created a sense of familiarity and trust with local residents. With Ford moving toward a more digital model, these employees may find themselves facing layoffs or struggling to transfer their skills to other jobs within the industry. For service technicians, the closure of dealerships means they'll have to look for work at independent repair shops or even switch industries altogether. The same goes for sales staff, finance managers, and administrative roles that support dealership operations. The economic implications go beyond job loss. When a dealership closes, it also means a reduction in local spending power, which affects nearby businesses like restaurants, retail shops, and service providers. Dealership closures also have tax implications, as dealerships contribute significantly to local government revenue through property taxes, sales taxes, and vehicle registration fees. This revenue supports essential community services like schools, infrastructure, and emergency services, so its absence can strain local budgets and lead to cuts in services that directly affect residents. But the impact isn't just economic, it's social too. Dealerships often engage with their communities through sponsorships, events, and charitable contributions. Whether it's sponsoring a local sports team or hosting holiday events, dealerships have been pillars of community life, offering a sense of connection and continuity that goes beyond business transactions. Without them, communities may lose a valuable source of support, leaving a gap in local initiatives that foster unity and provide a space for residents to come together. The future of car buying. Ford's direct-to-consumer model. Ford's DTC model doesn't just represent a change in how cars are sold, it's a transformation of the entire car buying experience. With this shift, Ford is taking a bold step toward creating an experience that aligns with the preferences of today's digital native consumers, who expect convenience, control, and transparency in every online interaction. As the automotive industry continues to evolve, Ford is betting on a DTC approach that meets these expectations head-on. The heart of Ford's DTC model is online customization and transparency. Through the platform, customers can explore the full range of Ford vehicles, select from available features, and visualize the exact model they want. For instance, you can pick the paint color, interior materials, and add-ons like a sunroof or premium sound system, all from your screen. Ford's platform allows for a level of personalization that makes every car feel like a custom build, reflecting the customer's tastes and preferences before it even arrives in the driveway. In a traditional dealership setting, car buyers may encounter hidden fees or unexpected costs during the final stages of a purchase. Ford's DTC model aims to eliminate this pain point by offering transparent pricing throughout the buying process. This means customers will see a straightforward price, with no hidden fees or last-minute charges. It's all part of Ford's goal to build trust and deliver a buying experience that feels clear and honest, from browsing to checkout. Ford's new model also introduces virtual showrooms, using technologies like augmented reality to enhance the online shopping experience. Imagine being able to see how a new Ford Explorer might look in your driveway, or how a Ford Mustang would fit in your garage, all through your phone or tablet. This immersive experience gives customers a sense of scale and appearance that traditional photos can't provide, bridging the gap between online browsing and in-person viewing. In essence, Ford's DTC model offers a comprehensive online car buying journey, aiming to make the process as seamless and intuitive as possible. From selecting features to visualizing the vehicle to finalizing the purchase, Ford is building a platform that feels familiar to anyone who's shopped online, but is tailored to the unique demands of buying a car. For Ford, this shift is more than just a new sales strategy. It's a fundamental rethinking of what car buying can look like in the digital age. Ford's competitive advantage in a changing industry. As Ford makes this groundbreaking shift to a direct-to-consumer, DTC model, it's doing more than just keeping up with competitors. Ford is staking its claim in an automotive world that's changing at breakneck speed. From electric vehicles to online sales models, today's industry is seeing disruption from all angles, and Ford's latest moves are designed to place it squarely at the forefront of this transformation. One of the key elements Ford is leveraging in its new strategy is data analytics. By selling directly to customers, Ford gains a direct line to the kinds of data that have become invaluable in understanding customer preferences, buying habits, and pain points. Every interaction on Ford's platform, from browsing specific models to customizing features, feeds into a database that helps Ford build a clearer picture of what today's car buyer wants. This isn't just about selling more cars, it's about creating a personalized experience that resonates with each individual buyer. Imagine browsing Ford's website and, based on previous searches or configurations, receiving a recommendation tailored just for you. Maybe it's a specific trim level of the Ford Mustang that matches your interest in performance, or a Ford F-150 with the towing package you've been eyeing. By tapping into predictive analytics and consumer behavior insights, Ford can make these suggestions feel less like marketing and more like genuine assistance, a far cry from the traditional upsell tactics often seen at dealerships. This level of personalization gives Ford a competitive advantage over automakers who rely solely on in-person sales channels. With each click, Ford gathers insights that allow it to continuously refine its approach, ensuring that the customer's journey remains smooth and tailored. In a world where customers are accustomed to personalization in nearly every online experience, from Netflix recommendations to Amazon shopping, Ford's data-driven approach helps it meet these expectations within the automotive space. Integrating dealerships into the future model. While Ford is embracing digital transformation, it's not entirely turning its back on its dealership network. Instead, Ford envisions a future where dealerships play an evolved, yet still essential role in the car buying journey. Rather than being the primary channel for sales, Ford dealerships will become experience hubs, places where customers can physically interact with vehicles, ask questions, and even take test drives, all while still having the flexibility to finalize their purchase online. Picture this: a customer starts their car buying process online, selecting models and configurations, exploring financing options, and comparing features. When they're ready to see the vehicle in person, they can visit a Ford dealership where they can engage with product specialists who offer a hands-on experience tailored to the customer's needs. This new model takes advantage of the best parts of the digital and physical worlds, giving customers the convenience of online shopping with the reassurance and expertise that only a face-to-face interaction can provide. Ford dealerships will also continue to play a critical role in servicing and maintaining vehicles. With a growing number of Ford EVs on the road, customers need trusted places to go for maintenance, battery checks, software updates, and other specialized services. Ford recognizes that while the car buying experience may be evolving, the need for reliable after-sales support remains strong. Dealerships with their established service centers and experienced technicians are uniquely positioned to meet these needs, creating long-term value for customers well after their initial purchase. Through this hybrid model, Ford aims to preserve the community connection its dealerships have fostered while modernizing the way customers shop. It's a balancing act that acknowledges both the power of digital convenience and the irreplaceable value of human interaction, especially when it comes to something as significant as buying a new vehicle. Long-term outlook for Ford and the automotive industry. Ford's ambitious shift to a DTC model supported by experience-driven dealerships signals a long-term vision that aligns with a rapidly evolving industry. But what does this mean for the future of Ford and the automotive landscape as a whole? This transformation goes beyond simply adopting a new sales model. It's about redefining the relationship between a car company and its customers in an era where technology is reshaping nearly every aspect of daily life. One of the most exciting prospects for Ford is the potential for a deeper, ongoing connection with its customers. Unlike the traditional model where a customer might buy a car and only return for occasional service, the DTC approach enables Ford to engage customers regularly through digital touchpoints like app updates, personalized notifications, and exclusive offers. Ford can keep customers involved, informed, and connected to the brand. It's a new way of thinking about car ownership, not as a single transaction, but as a long-term relationship. As Ford positions itself to thrive thrive in this environment. The lessons learned from data analytics and customer interactions will inform not only its sales strategies, but also its product development. Imagine Ford using real-time feedback to tweak vehicle designs, add features customers have asked for, or improve user interfaces in response to customer pain points. In this model, customer feedback isn't just a side note. It's central to how Ford adapts, innovates, and grows. And Ford isn't alone in this journey. Other automakers are making similar moves toward direct sales and online platforms, recognizing the value of a streamlined, customer-centric experience. But Ford's unique blend of data-driven insights, personalization, and dealership integration gives it a distinct edge. This strategy is about creating a new standard in car buying, one that may very well become the benchmark for the industry in the years to come. Ford's shift also reflects the broader transition toward electric vehicles, which are increasingly defining the industry's future. As more consumers make the switch to EVs, the demand for accessible charging stations, longer battery life, and cost-effective options will only grow. Ford's dedication to investing in EV technology and dealer-based service centers will be crucial as it navigates these changing demands, reinforcing its position as a forward-thinking leader in automotive innovation, leveraging data and technology for customer engagement. At the heart of Ford's DTC strategy is its ability to leverage data and technology in ways that deeply resonate with customers. By analyzing data from every stage of the car buying journey, Ford can fine-tune its marketing strategies, tailor its messaging, and make informed decisions about what today's drivers really want. This data-driven approach isn't just about numbers. It's about understanding customers on a personal level, building experiences that feel intuitive and relevant. Take, for example, Ford's use of customer feedback to enhance its online platform. Through constant refinement, Ford's website and mobile app will evolve based on how customers interact with them, ensuring that the buying process remains as smooth and user-friendly as possible. If customers consistently seek certain features, Ford can prioritize those options, refining the platform in real time to match their needs. Ford's commitment to this ongoing development means that every interaction becomes an opportunity for improvement, creating a customer experience that feels both dynamic and responsive. This focus on data extends beyond the buying journey. Ford is also collecting data on driving habits, maintenance trends, and user preferences through vehicle connectivity. In the future, this information could be used to provide predictive maintenance alerts, suggest upgrades, or offer personalized vehicle recommendations. Ford's goal is to not only understand how people buy cars, but also how they use them day to day, giving the company a comprehensive view of its customer base and paving the way for even greater personalization. And this level of insight isn't just limited to Ford. It's part of a larger trend in the industry, where data is becoming one of the most valuable assets for car manufacturers. As more cars become smart and connected, companies are able to build profiles of customer preferences that were never possible before. Ford's DTC strategy places it in a prime position to leverage these insights, enhancing its ability to respond to trends and meet customer needs faster and more effectively than ever. Ford's direct-to-consumer model and industry ripples. Ford's shift to a direct-to-consumer (DTC) model isn't just about transforming its own operations. It's also creating ripples across the entire automotive industry. With Ford being one of the largest and most recognized brands in the world, its decision to step away from traditional dealerships could prompt other major automakers to reconsider their sales strategies as well. By moving into the DTC space, Ford is setting a precedent that other manufacturers might feel compelled to follow in order to stay competitive. As Ford strengthens its online presence and emphasizes transparency and convenience, other car brands are likely paying close attention. Ford's integration of digital tools like virtual showrooms and its emphasis on data-driven personalization are game-changing elements that could inspire similar developments across the industry. In a world where more and more aspects of life are shifting online, Ford's forward-thinking strategy sets a benchmark for what the future of car buying might look like. But as revolutionary as Ford's model might seem, the implications go beyond car sales. By bypassing dealerships and selling directly to consumers, Ford is able to manage costs more effectively, potentially lowering prices and making cars more accessible to a broader audience. This pricing flexibility could eventually push Ford to become a price leader in the market, especially with its EV lineup, where cost efficiency is critical to competing with more established players. As other manufacturers observe Ford's model, they may adopt similar approaches to remain financially competitive, gradually reshaping the landscape of car buying for good. Sustainability and EV expansion. At the heart of Ford's new approach is a strong commitment to sustainability, an issue that has become a priority for many automakers as the industry pivots toward electric vehicles. Ford has already made significant investments in EV technology, aiming to electrify a large portion of its lineup over the next decade. However, the success of this ambitious vision depends on two factors: consumer adoption and infrastructure. Ford's online-first strategy has allowed it to gain direct insight into what customers want from their vehicles, including increased fuel efficiency, reduced carbon footprints, and compatibility with sustainable energy sources. By understanding these desires, Ford can more effectively tailor its EV offerings to appeal to environmentally conscious consumers. Ford's shift to EVs isn't just about keeping pace with competitors, it's a long-term commitment to sustainability that goes hand in hand with its DTC approach. A major part of Ford's EV strategy involves developing a robust charging infrastructure. For many potential EV buyers, range anxiety remains a concern. They need to know they can find charging stations when they're on the road. To address this, Ford is actively collaborating with government and private sector partners to create a network of charging stations, particularly in urban and rural areas where options may be limited. Ford's dealerships will also serve as charging hubs, offering a level of accessibility and reassurance that few brands currently provide. By emphasizing a sustainable approach to car manufacturing and expanding its EV lineup, Ford is meeting the demands of an evolving consumer base. This combination of environmental responsibility and technological advancement aligns with Ford's mission to create a cleaner, greener future for the industry, positioning it as a leader in automotive sustainability. Navigating challenges and future prospects. Ford's decision to go DTC and focus on EVs may be forward-thinking, but it's not without challenges. For one, shifting from a dealership-based model to a direct sales model is a complex process, requiring a reorganization of infrastructure, training, and resources. This shift also presents potential obstacles in certain markets where dealerships are deeply ingrained in the car buying culture, and convincing longtime customers to embrace a new model may take time. Regulatory hurdles are another consideration. Many regions have strict regulations around car sales and dealer networks, and Ford will need to navigate these rules as it expands its DTC approach. This includes working with local governments to gain the approvals necessary to operate outside traditional dealership structures. While Ford's size and influence give it a certain advantage, the road to regulatory approval can be long and complex, especially in markets with well-established dealership frameworks. Then there's the question of public perception. For many, the idea of purchasing a car without physically seeing it, negotiating in person, or relying on a trusted local dealer may feel foreign. Ford will need to work hard to gain consumer trust in its DTC model, showcasing the benefits of online purchasing, while assuring customers that they can still expect reliable service and support. Ford's success in this area will depend on how effectively it can communicate the value of this approach and make it easy for customers to transition. Despite these challenges, Ford's DTC and EV strategy opens up significant opportunities for growth and innovation. By embracing technology and leaning into a customer-first mindset, Ford is positioning itself to meet the demands of a new generation of car buyers who prioritize convenience, transparency, and sustainability. With the right adjustments, Ford has the potential to not only overcome these obstacles, but to redefine what it means to buy and own a car in the 21st century. The future of car buying in a digital world. Ford's shift to DTC sales and its commitment to electric vehicles highlight a broader trend in car buying: the transition to a digital-first approach that's designed to meet the expectations of a connected world. As more aspects of daily life move online, the automotive industry is responding by creating shopping experiences that reflect these changes. Ford's decision to close traditional dealerships and go fully digital could very well signal the future of car buying, where customization, convenience, and accessibility are at the forefront. In this new era, consumers may one day purchase vehicles with the same ease and transparency as they would any other product. Ford's DTC model is paving the way for an automotive future where buying a car becomes an extension of everyday online shopping. Imagine a world where you can browse, customize, purchase, and service a vehicle all from your computer or smartphone, with support available whenever and wherever you need it. This isn't just an evolution in car buying, it's a reimagining of the entire customer customer experience. From the first click to the first drive, Ford's approach signals a paradigm shift, blending technology with a consumer-centric strategy that aims to make car buying simpler, faster, and more personalized than ever. While there are still challenges ahead, Ford's commitment to change demonstrates its readiness to adapt and lead in an industry that's only going to grow more competitive. For Ford, the decision to move into a digital-first model isn't just about selling cars. It's about defining the next generation of automotive retail. As Ford continues on this path, one thing is clear: the automotive industry is entering a new chapter, and Ford is poised to be one of its main authors. The future of car buying is here, and it's digital.